There are a lot of challenges around. So try to see it like this, a very practical. If you ask any CFO who's running a finance team, whether it's a mid-size organization or it's a big organization, it doesn't make much of a difference. But they have a lot of issues in terms of unification of data, visibility related issues, because they are not able to see the data end to end. And this happens primarily because they have invested into solutions without thinking about the design that their business needs, thinking about the business needs they have. This is a very common problem. That's one of the reasons why you see companies now initiating a legal suit against the consulting firms for doing bad ERP implementation, because initially they did not know. They were promised moon, but what they got was nowhere close to being even a football. Visibility is one big challenge that they have. Then there are certain metrics which we call as business outcome metrics. So things like my cash cycle days, how much of money of the business is out there in the market outstanding with customers. These are metrics which are very important. Working capital, how much of working capital I need. So certain metrics are effectiveness centered, certain metrics are efficiency centered. How well I am running the business, how quickly I can turn resources into cash for the business. These are day-to-day challenge areas for CFOs and finance function heads. Outsourcing or giving it to a GBS solves portion of the problem, not the entire thing. Then they have risk exposures and compliance. So these were consistent. There were instances where I reached out to the same client through three different companies, which were my parent organizations, to solve the same problem. So it's the same client, I'm solving the same problem, but I'm reaching it out through different providers because consistently they are getting into a loop for the same problem. So if I have to summarize it today, and these problems exist and could be a very good discussion point from an AI standpoint as well. So you have problem of visibility. You are not able to see end to end. So many different application systems. Companies have grown inorganically. They have grown through acquisitions without integrating those subsidiaries properly into their business. And that creates conflict in terms of the data, the way the data gets scattered. Then you have risk exposure. Because of visibility, you do not have a single version of truth. So you do not know where all the risk can be creeping in, the defects or the threat actors could be creeping in. So this risk goes even beyond data security. This is risk associated with the quantum of money you are putting into the business and that you might not come back. And then you have the third major problem around efficiency and effectiveness metrics, because you do not feel under control and you're not able to run the show the way you would have loved to. So these are the three, I would say, categories which we started seeing quite long ago. And unfortunately, not much has changed for organizations till date onto those, except for the scale, because they got bigger. So the problem also multiplied.